Assalamualaikum and welcome back. First of all, I want to congratulate you because you have been on this journey with me, and along this journey you have learned 75 words. That means 15 letters of the English alphabet starting from A till O. So naturally today's video will be with the letter P. So are you ready? Let's get started with me. So today's first word is pacifist. A pacifist is someone who opposes war or violence as a means to settle dispute. Now let's say there are two parties that have a disagreement between them. So if you are a pacifist, you wouldn't want them to resort to violence or to go to war with each other. You would instead bring them to a table where they could argue, where they could bring their points and then reach to a solution through peaceful means, through conversation, through talks. So that is a pacifist. Now before I move on, I want you to make a sentence for pacifist. Like, is there someone in your life you would describe as such? Or think of international relations, right? Are there some countries in the world who play the role of a pacifist and want to achieve world peace?
Hold, run.
Okay, now that you're done, let's hear my sentence. For world peace, world leaders need to adapt or adopt a pacifist attitude. It means that they need not to go to war with each other. They should come to a table and disagree or agree on points, and then they can come on a mutual solution. So that's pacifist for you. The second word is paradox. Now a paradox is a self-contradictory statement or argument. Think of two things that do not go together. So when you juxtapose them, when you put them next to each other, that is a paradox. Let me give you an example. If I say that a bright night, now that's a paradox of sorts, because when you think of night, you think of darkness, right? So bright night, they are contradictory to each other. Can you think of some other paradoxes like that? Okay.
Bootstrap paradox, दिमाग हिला देने वाली चीज.
Okay, so let's make a sentence for the word paradox. It is a paradox that in the age of internet and social media, our generation is lonelier than ever. Now, isn't it quite an irony that the internet was invented, it was created to bring people together, to make the world a global village, but the contrast has happened. Now we are far more lonelier, we are apart from each other as opposed to before the internet was created, right? Do you agree with this statement? If not, you can present your arguments in the comment section. Okay, third word is patronize. Patronize. So patronize means to treat others in a manner that shows you consider yourself to be better or more important than they are. Now, patronizing happens in a very subtle way. Oftentimes, if you are naive, remember the word naive? So if you are naive, you do not understand much, you wouldn't be able to detect such behavior. Now, there are certain people in your life, I'm sure, who have this superiority complex, whether in the context of having wealth or knowledge. So what they do is that they try to make you feel small or insignificant in very subtle ways. Like perhaps they will give you a backhanded compliment that they don't mean, or they would try to put you down in some way, right? So if they have such behavior, you would say that they are patronizing you, right?
There, bravo. Don't patronize me.
Okay, so let's make a sentence to make the meaning more clear. Our eldest uncle always talks to us in a patronizing tone. So perhaps he thinks that because he is older than you, he can boss you around, he can order you to do things. So as a result, his tone or his manner is patronizing. patronizing. Now you can pause the video here, think of one sentence and write it in the comment section. Fine, today's fourth word is pedantic. Pedantic is giving too much attention to formal rules or small details. If you are someone that constantly keeps on correcting someone's accent, their pronunciation, their spelling, it means you are pedantic, or in other words, you are being a grammar Nazi to them. Another example is that I'm sure you must have had at least one such teacher in your life who would be very particular about rules, about small details. If they returned you your test, they would say that I have cut off your marks for this point that in your opinion wouldn't matter that much, but because they are pedantic, they decrease your marks, right?
The administration's plan for peace in the Middle East is shallow and pedantic.
I agree. Shallow and pedantic.
I agree as well. Shallow and pedantic.
So let's make a sentence to make the meaning more clear. I tend to be very pedantic about people's grammar and pronunciation, just like the example I mentioned before, okay? So if you keep on correcting them, then you are pedantic. Moving on to the very last word of today's video, which is philanthropist. Now, philanthropist is a person who donates time, money, experience, skills, or talent to help create a better world. So are there any examples that come to your mind of someone you would describe as a philanthropist?
How billionaire philanthropist Bill Gates donates billions to charity.
I can think of one, and that is Bill Gates, right? Like, he's mega rich. He has this Melinda and Gates Foundation. He works for poor people. So then he is a philanthropist. Just like I said, now the sentence is displayed here in front of you. So that was it for today. You have learned 5 new words, and keep on coming back so then we can learn more. We have still a lot of letters left. It was a great experience learning from you, and I'll see you in the next video where we will be continuing this journey. See you soon, and Allah Hafiz.